Let's see. Let's see. See what we got here. All right. See what we got. All right, let's see if this works. YouTube. Seems like YouTube is working. Let's test that out and see if I can. Audio works. There's always someone on YouTube. Greetings. Greetings. Let me see if I can see my Facebook comments. Get some technical things happening here. Greetings. Can you hear me? Greetings, Dimensions and Dementites. That's right. That's how the Dr. Demento show would begin. And I'm no doctor, but I'm a little demented. Let's see if audio is good there. Hey, how are you? I see 3 people in there. Let's see if anyone's on YouTube. 1 person on YouTube. How are you, folks? Just thought I would check in. It's so rare to have a Monday's the day that you usually have off on a tour. Actually, Monday, Wednesday. The days that are not. I mean, you always want to be gigging on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and in jazz on Sunday. Do that early show. But this group, it could be any day. We've had days off almost any of the 7 days of the week. So just checking here to make sure I've got a Twitter feed going. How are you? How's it going? Tell me how you're doing. What did you have today on Meatless Monday? This show is, it's so simple. It's just kind of encouraging people to have one meatless day. If you could do that, then great. It's a step for the environment, for the animals, for your own health. We talk about that here. We talk about all kinds of different stuff. We talk about packaging. We talk about composting. We talk about options, food options that are opening up pretty incredibly. And you all know that I usually do this show from my studio with a little bit more production and camera stuff and sharing pictures and stuff. But the technology is there where you can do this anywhere. So bear with me as I do little technical things here to make it work. And getting some comments in. Sharon, how are you? Sharon's here, says it keeps freezing. Oh wow, okay. The signal, huh? Well, I'm on the free signal. I'm on the free Wi-Fi at the hotel here in Stuttgart, and it's always a crapshoot, especially free internet. But okay, hopefully it works pretty well. Here's my laminate. You never show a laminate because people rip them off and stuff. So if you ever see anyone showing an actual laminate, then that's not good. That's the back of it, of course, so it's useless. But comments are coming in. Hey, Tom, how are you? Tom had the soy crumble and black bean tacos. Wow, that sounds good. A little Mexican thing. Uh, uh, Taco Monday. Um, I'm a little tired because I'm a little sleep deprived. Have not been getting more than 4.5, 5.5 hours, and so a little beat. So I might have some fair trade Belgian chocolate to give me a little caffeine. We were in Belgium, and this is they have these there. These are, I think it's organic. Yeah, bioagriculture. Fair trade Belgian chocolate. So whatever that ends up meaning. But we're gonna have some of that. A little late for coffee, but how about this? Got this in Germany. I'm gonna show some pictures from this place. This is Brammerbal's Donuts. It's a vegan donut place in Berlin. They actually have 3 or 4 locations, and they do cold brews as well. So that was cool. And we've got all kinds of artifacts I can show you here. We got our euros going on. We have coins in the States for dollar, and I think there's a $2 coin, isn't there? I wish that was in more circulation though, because it's kind of cool to have a little change in your pocket, and you have enough for an espresso or two, or to get something real quick. So these are just some artifacts before I get started on some pictures. Let's make sure the Twitter feed is happening. No one ever really watches on Twitter, but once in a while, someone comments on it later. Supreme Court slamming the door on a death row vindication bill, because life is precious. So we're gonna have some random headlines that fly by. I stick with the food, but once in a while we bring some stuff up. All right, we got a couple people. Neil Alexander, yeah, YouTube is up. Sure, I see it right now. So see if you can click over to that if you prefer YouTube. It's YouTube/my name, Andre Chumley, or there's links somewhere. Alonzo, what's up, my friend? What's up? Just on tour and sleepy because the day off. The day off, as all of y'all musicians who tour, like Alonzo, like Nail. Who else is a touring musician out here? Tom, I think you've done some touring. That sleep is that's the good luck. Good luck if you're gonna get some sleep. But the day off, you kind of get some sleep. Although I didn't get that much sleep today. I did a walkabout, did some reorganization of clothes, went out to the bus for a little bit. Had a nice walk here in Stuttgart, and nice town. So this tour is hitting a lot of Germany. I mean, it's really, and no surprise, Germany is really. What's incredible about Germany is just got a lot of quite well populated little towns, little cities, so that each one of them is a valid market. And in music speak, that means separate areas that you can play gigs. So you can really stay in Germany, man. Like your whole tour. Some acts just come to Germany for a month, really, and you can play different spots. And this has been true for many American groups throughout the years. Notably, Frank Zappa. He's somebody that discovered this very early on. And what I've heard Zappa say in interviews and read him say in interviews is that coming here, when he used to come in the 70s, there was a lot of military bases in Germany, and there still are quite a few, but I believe there's more back in the 70s. And so Frank would come over here, and the shows would be crazy because all these American soldiers would come. They knew Zappa, and they knew they'd come out to anything rock and roll. And so Zappa realized, wow, Germany is great. So you see a lot of Zappa when you look at the listing of old shows. He would be in everywhere: Berlin, Munich, München, Frankfurt, Saarbrücken is a famous Zappa bootleg because he would go to all these small towns in East Germany, at the time, all around the place. So we're doing that, and many groups do that. So I'm out in the road with Pat Metheny and his trio, and wow, we are, and Germany's right in the middle of Europe. I mean, it depends on where you're counting from, but it's kind of central, France on one side, Austria on the other side, or kind of south, Switzerland, Czech Republic, the Ostsee to the north, and then Scandinavia above there, and then it's got Belgium and Luxembourg and Netherlands also to the west. So it's kind of central. So we've been darting in and out of Germany. We've been darting in and out into other countries. So here's a little look at where we are. We're in Stuttgart. And each one of these towns I've worked at. I'm also celebrating my 20th year of coming to tour in Europe. And starting with my first tour in Europe, which was with Al Di Meola let me back up. 2002, I was here with my Zappa band, speaking of Zappa, Project Object, 2002. Then I came back 2006 with the one and only Al Di Meola, legendary Al Di Meola. And I can't even remember what towns, but I've now been all around Germany. I've been every part of Germany, and you look at the map like this, and you see these little towns, you're like, oh yeah, we were there, Ludwigsburg, and Karlsruhe. There's Karlsruhe to the west there. We were there just the other day. With Pat Metheny here, we've been to many of the big cities already: Berlin, Munich, München. We've been to Frankfurt, and we're going to continue now on a couple other stops. We were up north. We're going up north to Leipzig, kind of north central. I think we're going to Hamburg in a couple days. So there you have the map, folks. I know we tend to not look at maps enough. And there you have it. There's Germany. As I said, smack dab in between France and Switzerland and Austria, Czech Republic as we go around counterclockwise. Netherlands was there, Belgium. And then Poland, we're going to spend a bunch of time in Poland, which a lot of people have been asking me, well, what's it like with the Ukrainian war there? What's going on? And I have to say, it's been kind of transparent to us. We really haven't seen anything out of the ordinary, but we're thinking when we go to Poland, we're going to go to Lublin, Poland, here in the east. We think we might see some impact, of the high amount of refugees that Poland has so kindly brought into their borders. But yeah, I have to say, excuse me, I got this something in my throat lately. Hope it's not COVID or the monkeypox. But I've been testing every 3-4 days or so, and knock on wood, so far so good. But Poland is going to be interesting, and that's the most eastern part of the trip. We do not go to we don't go to the kind of Baltics this time around. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. I've been to Lithuania, but not this time. And we're not going to the wonderful southeast countries in Europe, the eastern countries, the kind of Dracula territory, Romania, Bulgaria, stuff like that. Maybe some other time. But you're looking at the map right there, folks, of most of the stuff we've hit. And it's going to be very Western Europe. So, um, as I said, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, we've hit those already. Austria, Czech Republic. We will be going to, we've been in Hungary already. We'll be going to Poland soon. And then finishing up, we've been in France a couple of days ago, and we're going to finish up with a lot more of Germany. We go to England for one date and a day off, and then we finish up in Spain. So tour has been good, and I urge you to go to patmetheny.com to see what's up, because not only are these dates up, but we are there's a lot more touring coming up. We're going to be in Scandinavia in sometime August or September, USA a little bit in September, Canada, Eastern Canada. So all those dates, and I'll put the link in there. So there we have it. Tour dates right there. So let's talk about some food. Who's hungry? Ann Everett is here. Thanks for stopping by. Neil Alexander. There you are on YouTube as well. Thank you, bro. How's it going, bro? You've been gigging. You've been doing your orchestral music, right? You had that hybrid orchestra jazz group. I saw some pictures there. That was awesome. Tell me what's going on, man. So let's go to some food. I'm gonna jump right into food. Just ate, actually. Just had dinner, and I'm not a big bread and pizza kind of a guy, but over here I've had it a few times because one thing people don't realize is Germany. Germany is badass for bread, because the Germans, they tend to use a lot of very whole grain products. You have white flour too. You have bleached sort of stuff too. But like even in the hotel breakfast, they always have this dark, good German bread, incredible bread with like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, these really rich, dense breads. So Germany is badass for bread. And I had a pizza here at the hotel, and I should have taken a picture of the menu, but they had a vegan pizza, and it was listed as a vegan pizza. They had a vegan tomato soup, so I had that. Let's do kind of like some direct. I don't know if I loaded this picture up, but just kind of show it here. There we go. This was the soup. Look at that lovely soup with some little sprouts as a garnish, a little bit of olive oil, just simple, nice tomato soup. I should have taken a picture of the menu. And then I had a pizza with some kind of soy or wheat gluten kind of vegetable, what do they call them? Vegan chunks, which is like, kind of a meat substitute sort of thing, which I'll have those once in a while, but it's not my favorite go-to. But beautiful pie, and it was like a whole wheat crust. You could just see the crust, a little brown there, a little old school. So really just a really, you would not think to get a pizza at a hotel restaurant, right? But one of my colleagues had the cheese pizza earlier today, and he said, you know what? It was really good. He said the crust was old school, and you could see it's a very handmade, rustic little crust there. Some nice tomato sauce, those kind of soy chunks, some fresh cherry tomatoes, and a nice touch, some fresh salad and greens right on the top. It was a delicious pizza. And there's my Hefeweizen Natrub, which is just means a wheat A Weiss beer, yeah, Weiss beer, a wheat beer, and then some other food of my colleagues, some fries and stuff. Oh, so it was really a nice little dinner right here in the hotel. Like, wow, go figure. Um, Here's a little bit of Stuttgart. Did a little walkabout there. Just nice, kind of simple middle class, kind of a simple town. Nothing too fancy. And then here's what we're doing right now. I just made this today, and love that you can do all that stuff really quick on the fly. So we're gonna get into some food pictures because I did upload a bunch of them today. Let's go back to some comments. Regards from Bob Gluck. Well, give Bob my love. He's an amazing human being, and another traveling vegetarian musician. Love you too, Nail. Have fun cutting the lawn. I'm making you hungry. Okay, that's great. Well, go cut the lawn, and you've earned a good meal. Let's go back to YouTube comments. So let's look at some pictures. And I know some of y'all watch this after the fact, which is awesome. So just leave me your comments and questions if you do. And I do try to answer them after the fact. I think a lot of people don't expect me to to be on. Because it's late here. Or it's getting late. I should move the camera over to so you can see outside. See if I can do that. I have some Gerolsteiner Naturel. But can you see that? Yeah, there we go. Little outdoor shot. And this hotel was nice. They had some fresh fruit on that little table. I came in, there was grapes, banana. There's all kinds of, which I'll have for dessert. Some fresh fruit. The nice touch. I've never been in a hotel where there's fresh fruit. So that was cool. Anthony, how are you, my dear friend? Antoine Sheshuk is here. Yeah, there was the outside. I wonder if my computer die if I walk over there. There's not much to see, but let's see about that. Let's see about showing you. So there we have it. Watch me fall out the window. Or drop my computer. There we go. So the bus is right behind that part of the building. And there we are. So, I'll leave that window open. That feels good. A little cool air. So, okay. So, some food pictures, as promised. That's cool. Don't drop I won't drop the do not drop your don't drop your computer at the doors, at the window. That's for sure. All right, let's look at some pictures here. So let me say in summation, and we are, wow, this tour is really flying by as they do. We've done, I think we did 20 shows, 21 shows, something like that. We're approaching the halfway mark, 44 shows. So any day now, like maybe tomorrow, we're going to hit 22 shows. Let's see. Let's check this real time. Yeah, we're 22 shows in. How about that? We're 22 shows in. So this is it. We're at the halfway point. Here's what we Look at some of those amazing cities, huh? We started in Brno, Czech Republic, swung into Vienna, Austria. Then we went to Budapest, Hungary. Wow, that was only gig number 3. It seems like, oh, it was a lifetime ago. Then we went to Prague, which is awesome. And then started into Germany. 4 German cities: Erfurt, Frankfurt, Karlsruhe, and Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf, the mustard capital of Germany. We got some good mustard there. Then we went into Italy for 4 nights, or 6 nights. Padova, Ravenna, Foggia, and Rome, and then Torino and Milano. Italy, ah, boy, so much to say. Beautiful place, beautiful food. Sometimes a challenge for tours. Then into Switzerland, one night in Zurich. Wow, that seems like it was just the other day. Jeez, man, are you serious? That was 2 weeks ago. Jesus, man, shit starts to fly. Then we did Munich, Luxembourg, and Berlin, Germany. This was last Monday. Okay, I did Meatless show there. From Berlin, we swung into Bielefeld, Germany, and Neunkirchen, and then a really big and incredible show, important show in Paris, and then Brussels. That was 2 great shows, Paris and Brussels. Paris was really special, and see if I have some pictures I can share. Paris was special because, the French people, and I wrote a little bit about this. The French people are so they love jazz. And Ben Franklin traveled there. I believe Thomas Jefferson also traveled there. And they really got a lot of some of the concepts and ideas to make the American democracy, such as it is, as damaged as it is. There's many good things about it, and but those guys came to France. For the French had a lot of interesting things. The basis of our democracy, a lot of it comes from France. A lot of it comes from is it the Iroquois Treaty? Is that the one? Correct me if I'm wrong. So that the indigenous people had some democratic ideas. So we glued together a bunch of stuff. The Magna Carta from England. It didn't just come out of the sky. Our great on paper democracy. And it's a great hybrid. It's a great hybrid of some really great ideas. But credit to the French, who really had overthrown the monarchies and overthrown. You had some serious revolutions there that showed that the people can rule. So you have all that about the French, but the special thing the other night at the gig that I felt from the crowd, incredible French crowd, is that they were the first country outside the USA to really extremely embrace jazz and to welcome in all those original touring jazz musicians like Bird and Diz and I think did Louis Jordan go over there? Did Louis Armstrong go there? I'm not sure, but a lot of jazz musicians did go there. Charles Mingus and Miles Davis, Sarah Vaughan, and Bill Evans, and because we have all these great live albums, right? But the French really, that's where that smoky jazz club kind of cliche came out of those French clubs and those the European version, of course. Lots of jazz was happening in New Orleans, in Kansas City, of course, in San Francisco and Los Angeles. A lot of jazz was happening in Chicago and Detroit, New York City, Harlem, 52nd Street, of course. But I'm saying outside the U.S., the French and the Parisians were really, in some ways, going even further because they really welcomed black musicians, black jazz musicians who were having a rough time in certain parts of the USA in those times, in late 30s, 40s, 50s. Um, so Francis had this long love affair with jazz, and so it was cool to be there with a jazz artist. And I say quotes because what Pat does is so beyond jazz. I mean, it's obviously the backbone of his music, and the thrust of what he's doing on guitar is heavily jazz. Of course, he's a jazz expert and has played with so many of the jazz greats, starting with Gary Burton and playing with too many to list. But pretty much most of the living legends, Wayne Shorter and Herbie and Ron Carter, and just on and on and on. Jack DeJohnette, uh, the late Michael Brecker, and just all kinds of people. Charlie Hayden, Jaco Pastorius. He's played with all these incredible people, and always spoken about the importance of jazz, spoken about the importance of education of jazz. So to see that go full circle and to be there with this Paris crowd, man, they were so into it. And I thought, wow, these folks, they have that jazz, generational jazz knowledge. It was cool. So just wanted to share that with you. So put your questions there if you have any. Some pictures. So speaking of France, starting with some pictures there, we were in. This is coming into Paris in the morning. The mornings are great because our day is so busy, but once we get to that gig, it's stupidly busy. Because our day is so busy. But feedback there. So mornings are great, and if I have time, excuse me, I try to walk around in the city if I have a chance where we are, and that's usually early, 7:30 in the morning, which is great. Grab an espresso and sit and watch commuters, and it's always great. But just sitting in the bus, and as we pull into each city, beautiful memories, beautiful sights, beautiful pictures. So this was us just pulling into Paris, and of course you see that obelisk, which inspired the Washington Monument, and a lot of cities in America and around the world have that kind of obelisk thing going on. So let's see. This is just a spot in Stuttgart. Is that really the next picture? How did I jump from Paris? Yeah, I guess I did. Okay, folks. So we have some random pictures. This is the street in Stuttgart, and we're going to get to some food. Okay, this is a good work picture. This is a shot of part of Pat's setup, and you see these pictures on the web. This is just an exclusive close-up picture. On the left, we have his G303, which is the incredible guitar, and it's the controller for his GR300 guitar synth. Amazing. That guitar has been on so many great records, and that particular guitar synth sound that Pat Metheny has, well, that's what he plays. And I have to set that up and test that and tune it and take care of it. On the right is one of the Pat Metheny signature Ibanez guitars, and a couple things about that. It's got the Charlie Christian pickup. That's the Charlie Christian pickup model, and you can see it's got some adjusting screws there. You can adjust the height of the pickup and kind of customize it. The other thing to point out is there's two cables coming out of there. If you look, there's an XLR and a regular 1/4 inch silent plug. But the XLR is because we have microphones inside all of his guitars. So you get that really cool double layer sound. You've got kind of an acoustic sound, like the guitar is being mic'd up inside, and you got the pickup. And also on the Roland, you can see it's looks like an old printer cable. The RS232C, I think, is the name of those old 24-pin printer cables. So a bit of a robot guitar. Let's see. Let's move on to some more pictures. Let's see if I can. see, how do I move that? Okay, it's not behaving. Oh, I see. This is the second group of pictures I pulled in. Okay, cool. So we got that. Let's go to some food. Um, some food pictures. And I'm just gonna go random here. I think this is the last one in the set. I don't know. I'm just gonna move around, folks. Wow, what a delicious lunch that was. You know, we have soup every single day, which is really great. And you know, we have a variety of diets on this tour, as you do on any tour. But this tour is really special because we have a high amount of just about everybody. In fact, everybody on the tour loves natural food. They love good food. They love gourmet food. They love tasty food. So it's really a unique tour. There's no junk food people. Like nobody that's insisting on McDonald's or Domino's pizza on the bus or anything like that. Which I've been on those tours, and you know, all dear friends of mine. But sometimes it's a junk food tour, and I have other friends. I have friends on other tours where it's complete junk food. Wow, and people suffer for that, and get sick a lot. Anyway, this is a great tour because everyone likes good food. Consequently, what we do is, and we've got two vegans, one semi-vegan, a pescatarian, someone else that's gluten free, someone else that well, gluten free and can't have nuts. Let's see. I think that's covers all the bases. And then a couple semi-vegetarians, you know, kind of what's the word, flexitarians. So we really have this cool vibe, and what we do is every day there's a vegan soup. That way, everyone has it, or everyone can have it if they like. Because if you're gluten free, or you're dairy free, or you're vegan, or you're vegetarian, or you're pesca vegetarian, it, a vegan soup fits for everybody. So it's really cool. And the soups have been incredible. I mean, Germany, one of the other secrets of Germany is an incredible soup culture, and they always make these kind of creamy soups. And of course, using oat milk, almond milk, things like that, using pureed squash, you get these really creamy textures. I think this might be in Italy, actually. That was the rare sandwich that I made. Yeah, yeah. They had some vegan cream cheese and some vegan cheese stuff. So I said, you know what? They went to trouble to get all this stuff. Let me make a little sandwich. Make me a sandwich. And I did. And that was a good soup. And this was also in the fridge. I just wanted to point out some of these products that are available. And here in Europe, you see the word bio a lot, which means organic. It's not on this package, but you see that a lot. And then you see the word vegan, which is the same word, and that's the word they put, whether it's Italy, Czech Republic, or Germany. They just use the word vegan, and it's pronounced vegan or vegan, depending where you are. And the little symbol there. So no problem at all to find vegan spreads and hummuses and things like that. You know, mustard, not mustard, substitutes for butter and whatnot. And also things like this. This is a, let me see if I can flip that around. This is a vegan Schinkenspicker mit Grillgemüse, grilled vegetables. This is a German company. And this is cool because, you know, I think we have this image of the Germans that all they do is sit around eating knockwurst and bratwurst. Well, they sure do eat those, of course, traditional foods. But Germany, I'm going to say, has been at the forefront of plant-based explosion in Europe. I mean, the amount of companies that are German, that you see all these foods, and we saw them in other countries, be these German companies. I don't know, I can't remember if I tried this one, but someone on the crew did, said it was great. Yeah, it's just like cold cut sort of thing. Not again, not my favorite thing, but it's great that they exist. We need some protein real quickly. Another just part of the spread, you know, every day there's fresh vegetables, you know, olives and different things. This was obviously like some to dip hummus. This is another example of this company, same company, well, the two companies, Vegana German company. There's a salami there, classic salami, and then Gouda cheese. And I think I tried the cheese. It was good. Yeah. Violife is a great company. We see those in the States. We see that company in the States. I think they might be Canadian or European. Here's another selection of all this stuff that they got. Cream cheese and a couple other things. Oh, that's an interview that I did a year ago. The great David Sanchez, but that shouldn't be there. Why am I? Oh, there we go. Just running into some other pictures. This is the pizza I had just 2 hours ago. Delicious. And you know that there's some pizzerias in New York City you can get something like this, like just a little personal pie, like a whole grain crust, a little marinara, and some fresh cherry tomatoes, some fresh arugula and wilted greens. Pretty gourmet, and it was like, I don't know, €10 or something. Really, it was a great pizza. Very simple. Sorry, folks. There's some equipment getting mixed in here. A delicious tomato soup. I had that with the pizza. Delicious. Look at the garnish in there. And I had a Hefeweizen. Have not been drinking much on this tour. Man, I've been so busy, and I'm kind of I can just switch it off. I don't really drink all the time, and it's something that I just don't drink for a few months. So this was, I don't know. I'm going to say this is like my fourth or fifth drink on this tour. During the pandemic, I sometimes had my fourth or fifth drink by 8 p.m. So this time it took me a month. But tried out a couple of delicious beers yesterday. One of my colleagues he's a gourmand, and he's an expert on foods from around the world. He's an expert on beer and wine and stuff. And he got all these great beers. So we had these amazing sours and these Belgian beers. There was a French beer in there. There was these incredible ales, and I think there was a Chimay and a few Hefeweizens, and some good beer. So, all right, pressing on to more food. This was a great meal. This was yesterday in Belgium. Wow. You got some roasted cauliflower, some delicious roasted eggplant, some fresh raw tomatoes and basil. There's some vegan, everything's vegan. I have to say vegan all the time. There's some pesto up at around the 12 o'clock spot on that plate, and some Indonesian sambal olek, which is the Indonesian spicy paste, some black olives, just a really great spread, some nice potatoes, a little bit of rice under there somewhere. Wow, incredible meal. And that soup up top was exquisite. It was chervil. How do you pronounce that? Chervil. It was a brothy, garlicky, incredible soup, piping hot, and just steeping these delicious greens. So there you go, folks. Everything plant-based. This is Belgium. And I have friends who go here and they complain, oh, there's nothing I could eat but cheese and bread. I don't understand. You just have to ask. You just have to don't put up with the mediocre. Go to a place that has real options, or if you're planning something, get a chef that knows what they're doing. But wow, and this isn't even everything. I skipped a lot of stuff in this place. This gives you an idea. This was the little sides area. You can see my plate of food on the bottom, the plate you just saw. But look at the stuff I missed out on. There was, I think there's some endives there, shredded carrots, and some sort of tofu, kind of pate. And in the back there, you see Hellmann's vegan mayonnaise. How about that? And Violife. I mean, they really went all out, huh? Look at this. They really provided for us some nice condiments, some balolek and some pickles and Coleman's mustard, all kinds of vegetables and zoodles, those zucchini cut up to be like noodles, green beans, just incredible. What a spread. What a spread. This was lunch in the same place. Asparagus, that's like a tempeh pate, just mixed vegetables, pickles, pimento peppers. Again, lunch with a different soup. We had two incredible soups yesterday. Why am I showing these pictures? Just to kind of emphasize to people that the amount of choices that are out there, the cornucopia of different flavors and different cuisines. This is a vending machine that was in the JFK, I think it was. Very interesting new concept here. You like any vending machine, you pick, F3 or C1 or whatever. You pick your choice there. They're all a little different. Some of them are the same. It looks like some of them have grains in them, like quinoa. It looks like, and some have some pasta, like some rotelli or rotini, whatever that pasta is. They're all plant-based. Some of them have a little marinara thing with vegetables in the bottom. And I guess you can add hot water and you have a little meal, or you can eat it as is. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't buy one, but just kind of cool that's popping up. This is a rock and roll picture. I had to take this picture at this venue we were at yesterday. The great Nick Cave. Wow, Nick Cave, who I love his music, was at the same venue. Nick Cave actually came to see my Zappa band years ago, 20 years ago almost, or something like that. But 20 years ago, he came to see us in New York City and wrote me a nice email later on. Okay, back to the food at this place. They had a whole selection of vegan yogurts and now jam is usually vegan, guacamole is usually vegan, hummus is usually vegan. One time I found some hummus that had some mayonnaise or some nonsense in it, but usually that's a vegan thing. And of course, fruit is vegan. So the list is longer once you start including things that are just meatless. Wow. Dates on the, what would that be, on the branch, on the twig, on the vine? I don't know what you call that. But some of the freshest, most delicious dates. I've never had them like this, where you're pulling them right off the branch, right off the. Oh, they were so good. I love dates. This is breakfast. Some nice espresso and some wonderfully fresh fruit. And you can see all kinds of fruit going on there: blueberries, kiwis, grapes, bananas, orange, fantastic, and some mustard that I saved up for later. I thought this was interesting too. Very green kind of attempts to do stuff over here. Anyone who's been here is used to the 4 or 5 or 6 garbage cans, for clear glass, brown glass, green glass, packaging paper, writing paper, plastic number 2, plastic number 3. And this was a little thing where you could put your coffee cup, recycle your coffee cup, and they take it and process it. And, all these attempts to kind of slow down the onslaught. This was fun. This was very early in the morning on a Sunday morning in Brussels, not far from the gig. And again, only time I have, folks, is in the morning when I can, before we load in, before we are required to be at the venue at 10 in the morning or 9 in the morning if they're feeding us. And it's just great to just get up off the bus, take a little walk. And if you're lucky, you're in the middle of an amazing city. And it's a great time to be up and about because you see some commuters, you see some people, starting their days, some people jogging or walking. So that's my espresso in the close-up, and I'm just sitting there in an outdoor cafe in Brussels, enjoying the little bit of downtime. Once I go into that building at 10 a.m., I often do not come back out until it's midnight, going back to the bus. And that's just the way it is. No complaints. Just the way it is. So that's a little bank of pictures. All right, let me come out of here and go back. Where do I have to? Let's go back here. See what we got. Okay, good. Um, okay, cool. Well, let's go back to the web and see if there's some questions. Um, Scott Fisher, how are you, my friend? Good to see your face, even though I'm not. uh, good to see your name there. And how was your gig? Antoine, how cheap, expensive is the food in France? Well, the cool thing when you're on tour is you are catered to, literally. So I don't know. I didn't go out and buy anything, but it's not bad actually. I've been in France on vacation and for a couple days at the end of a tour, and it's yeah, uh, uh, an espresso, a coffee is €2, €3. A beer is 3, €4. More in a fancy place. A falafel or something is 4, 5, €6. A salad 5, €6, €7. Soup 4, 5 euros. So simple, basic food is pretty inexpensive. Like anywhere else, you go somewhere fancy, yeah, you'll find the €22 sandwich or soup or something, but very affordable. One great thing about Paris, many great things, but one thing is a real prevalence of the people from all the colonies, and that's true. And you know me, I talk about the political shit. I'm looking for a piece of my watch that flew off the watch. But so you have this is true to varying degrees in England, Spain, Portugal, France, Belgium. Belgium, who colonized the Belgian Congo, right? And I think they did one other place they went and kicked some ass and raped and pillaged. And each of those countries did that, and it's a horrific past. And we could do a whole stream on colonialism and you know slavery and imperialism and the whole violent segment of European history to those countries. But one of the weird things about that, or the flip side to that, is that these countries often have the people of the colonies who came to the colonizing country. So France, as a consequence, you see tons of Moroccans and Libyans and Egyptians and people from Mauritius and from Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. I'm forgetting some of the other places where the French were. Too many, right? And then French people were French citizens, and that's a great thing that France instituted, immigration from those countries. So you see a lot of Haitians and people from Martinique and just different places in the Middle East, as I mentioned, and then some more. So what you then have, Indonesians, people from Polynesia. You have this incredible mix of all those cuisines I just said. So there's parts of Paris where it's like, wow, incredible Moroccan food and music and cuisine. So Paris gets funky. I mean, there's parts of it that you really can enjoy the flavors of the world. So which also is very interesting. That I'm glad you asked me about the price, but the food, inexpensive food, easy to find, falafels, soups, salads, little sandwiches, and things from parts of the world where, for want of a better word, peasant food, simple food is important. It does look good. Patrice, how are you, my friend? You're surprised to read that Germany has good plant-based. That's why I really am doing this live from Germany thing, because I know people are surprised at that. And it's, I'm going to throw down and say it may be the best plant-based the best country for options for plant-based people. I'm not saying that lightly. And you know me, you know I'm not going to talk bullshit without backing it up. Number one, which has been a theme for me the past couple of days. You're a music person. Have you seen, to detract for a minute, have you seen this video with Rick Beato and Ted Goya? People are passing it around. It's going kind of viral. I should do a stream just on that. Such bullshit that this guy Ted Goya is laying down. I don't get it. Nice enough guy, and I've read him through the years, and some stuff I agree with. But he's on this trip of how, it's the death of music and all that stuff. I don't want to put words in his mouth. You should watch it. But I just thought, again, talking shit, you should back it up and tell us how you're generating these things. I brought that all up just to highlight that I really seek to say things to y'all that are backed up. So when I say something like, yeah, Germany, in the 5 continents I've traveled to, I have not been to Africa or Antarctica, where I don't think there's a whole lot of restaurants, but certainly somebody's plant-based down there. But in all these places, Japan, Australia, Israel, Poland, Lithuania, all across the UK and Ireland, Europe, from Bulgaria to the Azores and everything in between. South America, from Guyana and Venezuela to Chile, Peru, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay. Been to all these places. Argentina, Mexico, Belize, Jamaica, Trinidad. Easy to eat plant-based everywhere. I've done it in every place I just named. But Germany, wow. I'm not exaggerating. I think a few things. The German seeking of perfection, seeking of high quality. They do that with their cars. They do that with their aircraft industry. They do that with their medical tools, their testing equipment. And when it comes to food, there's this attempt to really optimize. So food safety is incredible. Food quality is incredible. Whatever it is, if it's meat and milk and eggs and things, they have very good quality. They just have high standards on the vegetables, on things that you could put on your food, in your food, chemicals, and they just have a pretty high standard for quality. So it starts there, number one. Number two, I think that mix of cultures that's in Germany, again, people coming here from all these different, you see a lot of Middle Eastern food. You see a lot of doner and kebab places. You see a lot of Thais, a lot of Chinese, Vietnamese, very popular here. You see a lot of Turks, tons of Turkish food. So I think those cuisines have also brought a lot of plant-based energy and plant-based vibe. And then just there's a German green environmental kind of saving the earth kind of a vibe. The Green Party is actually quite powerful here. And that type of energy has brought an attempt to look at diet from an environmental point of view, from a health point of view. And then the Germans just love good, amazingly prepared food. And ever since I've been coming here to 20 years, I was pleasantly surprised to see that, yes, the Germans absolutely, they love their Bratwurst and Knockwurst and different wursts, different sausages. They love that, and schnitzel and Wiener schnitzel and things like that. But what we don't realize in the cliche of Germans, they just eat sausage and pretzels. In that cliche, we miss that they are huge vegetable people. So when you go to these restaurants, or you're at catering or something, and you have those meats that are there, right there's all these dishes with potatoes and leeks and beets and beet greens and arugula and roasted tomato, a lot of mushroom dishes, a lot of mushroom stews, mushroom soups in the Bavaria area. southern Germany, you find just a lot of vegetable dishes. And so, yeah, Patrice, just to respond directly to you, not only do they have good plant based, it's incredible, the plant based situation in Germany. I'm going to share a couple chains that I went to uh, in Germany. But I'm also going to share. I'm going to put this link in the chat. Where are we? So there's a German vegan company. I'm going to put it on the screen too, called Vegans, I believe you pronounce it. And they make these like healthy bars and kind of energy bars and stuff, you know. So Vegans, they have all these bars, all these vegan chocolate. There's a frozen pizza, and there's some different cookies they have. They've also got these kind of meat alternatives, right? There's a schnitzel there, soya schnitzel, soya granulat, things that you can use to make different stews, and you can see some shish kebabs on the left. What's this one? Sort of a savory vegan. That's essentially something with like Nutella in the midst of it, like vegan Nutella. Very easy to do Nutella vegan, by the way. It's usually mostly vegan because it's hazelnuts and some sort of plant fat. And unfortunately, Nutella itself often has little milk powder for what reason I don't know. But anyway, very easy to find vegan version. So this is a cool company. Look at this. They've got this fish-free kind of tuna type thing. They got all these things happening across Germany. Obviously, that's some cold cuts. So interesting company. So Germany has all that stuff. The other thing, this is pretty amazing. Bremer balls. Look at this. This is in Berlin, and there's I think 4 locations. Can you believe this? And these sinful, ridiculous. Now, I'm not a huge donut guy. In fact, I had one, and it's just not my thing. It's just white flour and sugar. It bores me. But as you know, I just report this stuff, and it was incredibly popular. Like everyone, not everyone, but several people on the crew went over there and said, "Oh my God, this place is great." And a couple people got coffee and a donut. Just kind of fun to get one of these things, and it's plant based. So they do some charity, blah blah blah. The one I had was in the second row there with the dollop of peanut butter. It was like a chocolate fudge peanut butter thing. It was okay. The best part was the peanut butter. Uh, anyway, this is a very environmentally oriented company. Blah blah blah. They do birthday things. Yada yada yada. KaDeWe. If you know the Bowie song, "Where Are We Now?" He mentions Potsdamer Platz. Had to take the train from Potsdamer Platz, right? You know that song? Where are we now? Where are we now? He wrote the song in Berlin, so he talks about the Potsdamer Platz, and he talks about KaDeWe. KaDeWe, there it is, KaDeWe. So Bowie hung out in this area. And Bowie has a song called Nukern, the word on the right side there. This is like the Bowie, turning into the Bowie hang. But he has that song Nukern on, I think that's on the Low album, or the Heroes album, when he was hanging out here in Berlin, right in this area, doing some records. Okay, so this is just showing you how many branches this place has. Psh, they're killing it, Brahma balls. But um, you know, anyway, Patrice says this is extremely cool. That's great. Yes, it is. It is. Let's see who else is asking questions. Let me make sure I've got my anyone on YouTube. Okay, great. No one's on YouTube anymore. A few people were there earlier. Where are we now? Where are we now? I'm so tired, folks. Sorry. Hafid, watching from Morocco. How are you, my friend? And that's great. I was just talking about Morocco. Did you hear that? That's very cool. Very special to have someone watching from Morocco. Tell us a little bit about Moroccan vegetarian food. Guy Samuel Newton, how are you, my friend? Felix Pistorius has been sitting on Asheville. Nice. He would mesh well with Pat. Yeah. Well, let's try to hook that up. But yeah, Patrice, you hit on exactly one of the inspirations for doing this. It's that, yeah, we are kind of told as Americans that Germany is, in Europe in general, we're told, oh, you can't eat vegan in France or Italy. I'm eating vegan every day in all these countries. I pondered having some cheese actually in France. You know, if you're gonna do it, and it looked really good, and you know, no, I wasn't like drooling over it, but I was like, oh man, those are some serious blue cheese with the with the mold and all that. And I get some. There's some really great cashew based cheeses now that use the same cultures and stuff. Anyway, so let's take a look at some more. I can't remember where this was. I think this was Frankfurt, though. I think it was Frankfurt, the Reform House, which just means like a natural place, a natural, you know, spot to buy organic food and stuff. Another simple, basic, delicious meal. This was some vegan pate with just fresh vegetables. Look at that. Some purple carrots and some radish and I guess cuke and regular carrot. Just delicious, just fresh. And you really can taste it. The vegetables here are superb. I think I tried some of those vegan um, cold cuts there and some vegan cheese just to check it out. It was nice. Where was this? I can't remember where. Uh, there's always these vegan snacks and vegan kind of chocolate, dark chocolate. Yeah, a lot of chocolate's vegan. A lot of it doesn't say that, but any good real dark chocolate, 65%, 55%, 80% chocolate. Usually they are dairy free, but not always. Okay, so that's gives you a little bit of that scenario. I'm just kind of going through some random pictures. Bum, 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 bum. Let's open this. What do we have here? Any questions? Any comments? Let's see. Um, Dean Matson, what's up, my friend? How are you, bro? Dean has checked in. What's up, bro? Hope you got to see some of the food so far. I got some more coming up, but I'm getting hungry, and I had a really good dinner, a vegan pizza here at the hotel. Gotta love that when you don't have to go schlepping around, which is fine. Okay, let's see some more pictures here. We don't want that. My bills for my what's that? Oh, my rental car. We don't want that. Uh, let's go to this little segment. Take a look. Take a look at some more pictures here. Okay, so see what we got. What are these? It's like after coming home from summer camp, showing the pictures. Except I'm still there. This, I think I took this. Oh, we were pulling into Luxembourg, so I took a picture. Luxembourg was the. It's the only country on this tour that I've not been to. So in my 20th year of touring in Europe, I thought, oh, cool. We're going to hit some new stuff. We're hitting Luxembourg, and in the fall, I will go to Finland, Norway, and Sweden. Now, I can't remember, but I've been to one of the latter two. I've been to either Norway or Sweden. I think it was Norway. So I'm going to hit all three. But this time we went to Luxembourg, which I thought was really cool. So I caught that as we rolled in. These are just some buildings in Luxembourg. Now, Luxembourg is the country and the city. I thought this building was cool because the windows kind of look like piano keys, right? Kind of look like piano keys. The EU convention, a lot of that stuff takes place in Belgium, but also in Luxembourg. So they have a convention center here, but they have some of the EU meetings, I believe, that go on here, or they have gone on here. But incredible architecture. That's that same building from a different angle. Incredible architecture. This was the stage, and obviously some kind of, maybe it's a sound check. This is, I think that's Paris. Maybe it's Paris. Yeah, Paris, because there's that obelisk with the Egyptian hieroglyphics on it. Very cool when you get close up. Do I have a close up? Yeah, look at that. If you can see that there's some gold Egyptian sort of stuff on the bottom, and these Egyptian, I think it's called hieroglyphics, but fascinating. Here we are in Belgium, one of my colleagues outside the Ancien Belgique. And I was there with Yes. So Dean Matson, if he's still watching, will remember this place in Brussels, Ancien Belgique. Loading doors there. That's early in the morning. And I also had my early morning espresso shots. I showed that before. This is also sitting at that coffee shop, just watching people on a Sunday morning. That's the coffee shop when I got up and walked away. Here I am testing guitars in a beautiful theater. Wow. I think that's in Italy somewhere. That's Ravenna or Padova, Italy. I feel like this is at the end of a show somewhere. You can see my colleague Ben Travers starting to break down the keyboard setup, and people are leaving. Although I wonder if this is before the show. No, I think this is after. So okay, that's another little segment of pictures. Like I said, we're gonna have some food, but just gonna talk a little bit about the tour. Hey, Kenny Segal, much love, my friend. How are you? Patrice saying hi to Dean. Sally Sparks says, "Old stomping grounds." Oh, great, Sally. Which one? I wasn't sure when you dipped in. Brussels or Berlin? Where were you? Bob Gluck, how are you, my friend? Nail Alexander said hi from you earlier, so that's cool. Patrice says, must be incredibly cool to be traveling, experiencing the venues, audiences. What a great opportunity. Yes, it is. I'm not gonna make that more complicated. It is, in a nutshell. It's incredibly cool. Having said that, it's a job, but you know what? I only do jobs that I'm passionate about. So I've been lucky to work for years in natural foods because I'm passionate about it. So it was awesome to work in natural food retail for over 15 years. But it was hard work. It was long hours. It was incredibly long work. And, you had a certain level of sacrifice. Likewise with this, you miss out on a lot. You're not home. You miss all kinds of events in life, but your trade-off because you're traveling far away. I'm just sorry. I look distracted, but I'm pulling some other some other pictures up as soon as I can. But it's great, and I always make sure people know that it's not as cool as it looks, though. There's really hardly any time off. And here I am, instead of sleeping, it's 10:15 at night. I'm a little tired, but I'm doing this because I love communicating with people and talking about, you know, little tiny steps we can take to eat better. Okay, cool. Here's some more. Which one's that? Okay, that must be Paris. Huh. Okay. Let's get this going. So yeah, is it incredibly cool? Yeah, it's no complaints, but 14-hour days, a lot of staring at the highway if it's, you know, if you're up, and a lot of work, a lot of late nights. Um, just trying to find a couple more pictures for y'all. Do, 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 do. All right, I think this is ones we'll go with. Okay, good. So before I do that, let's see if we got some more questions. Bob Gluck, Patrice says, "What a beautiful venue." Yes, it was a great, great venue. Um, See if anyone commenting on Twitter. A couple people liked it, but yeah, Twitter's funny. If you're watching on Twitter, hello, but it's not. We don't usually comment on a video. Okay, cool. Let's go back and let's do the last little bit of pictures. And then I'm going to jump off here, folks. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for watching this after the fact. Oh, let's see, preview. Let's look at some of these pictures. So one more bank of I think this is Italy. Oh, we saw that. Huh. Lovely food, but I think we saw some of this. That's a salad on the first day in the Czech Republic. I'll just quickly race through these because some of you might not have seen these. This was an amazing meal. We were at a Middle Eastern place in Brno, Czech Republic. I just got the big green salad and a side of falafel with this amazing tahini sauce. Wow, really great fresh meal. And then we left and went to the supermarket. Look at this selection of stuff. I believe everything in there 100% vegetarian, mostly vegan. It's just a bunch of dips, and things like Kalamata olives and olive pates and marinated olives and different pestos and hummuses and things like that. But again, just to emphasize that the availability of all these wonderful foods. Again, I think there might be some turkey or something in one of those, but mostly it's vegetarian stuff. Just a supermarket that we stopped into, this real simple little supermarket. And look at the things they had. They have all these Eastern European sausages in vegan form. They had seitan and some tempeh. I bought some tempeh. Those are actually great prices at the exchange rate. Like you would see in the States, $3, $4, $5, $6 for little packets of things like that. This is my little in hotel miso station where I make my own miso in the hotel. And you've got my little hot water uh, kettle, my thermos, my ginger, my miso, scallions, and some paprika to spice it up. So I make stuff from scratch. This was the meal I never got to eat in Vienna. So again, is this what you think of when you think Viennese food? When you think Austrian food, do you think about on the bottom left a cashew cheese lettuce wrap with a vegan sauce and tofu and whatever those are? I forget what those is. That pomegranate. All vegan dishes there. Some hummus on the catering. These were little bruschetta with eggplant and tomatoes and herbs and stuff. This is yet another dish of a quinoa salad with fresh avocado and some roasted kind of tofu triangles. Some delicious watercress salad. Yet another salad, a cold salad with a nice marinade, olives, olive oil, red onions, quite spicy with some garlic. I remember this was a little close up of that. I think that was Italy. There's one of my colleagues, keyboard player, Chris Fishman, the great Chris Fishman, who's vegan actually. And we were out in Czech Republic getting some falafel platters. And there's mine. This is falafel, but this is yet another place we just saw walking down the street. This is the sandwich board on the sidewalk, advertising, vegan Indian and falafel and stuff like that, pad thai. Delicious salad. One of the products that was available in a hotel lobby, a vegan, gluten-free kind of a treat there. A little. I got all of these actually. And, I still have some of this stuff in my. Forgot about this, but these are cool things to have around. If you're, running late, skipping a meal, didn't have enough breakfast, grab a coffee in one of these bars, and kind of a natural little boost, little protein, little carbs. Great breakfast somewhere in Germany, which I'm looking forward to having in the morning. The German hotels, and Patrice, if you're still there, I cannot emphasize how great German breakfast food is. Because this is a typical German hotel, like a mid-level hotel will have stuff like this. There's the bread I was talking about before, that hearty whole grain bread with pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and just incredibly fresh, chewy bread. And then there's I got kind of half an English, classic English breakfast, the full English going on there. I've got the grilled tomatoes, I got the mushrooms. If I ate eggs, the eggs would be in there. And sometimes they have vegan sausage. They had vegan pâtés, that little packet that I have open. I spread that on the bread. They had these 6 or 7 different flavors of vegan pâtés. Again, German company. These convenient little tubs, these little pots of pâté that you can carry around. And just dip some vegetables in them or put it into a sandwich. Same place. I forgot to show the initial, the other part of my full English, although it's a full German really. The baked beans with a nice dollop of mustard. One of the rare times I actually found some mustard here. Another catering picture. Every day, folks. This is the kind of amazing choices. There's like an Asian kind of a salad bar area backstage for us. And they usually mark things very clearly. They make sure you know what's what. Look at those breads. This is a very popular company, excuse me, that we found over here, Bionade. Bio means organic, of course, so they're trading on that kind of natural organic kind of a selling point. But these were these really nice kind of spritzers, kind of kind of like light sodas with no artificial sweetener or no kind of just regular unrefined sugar and fruit flavors and stuff like that. This is the coffee station. We always have cow's milk, but also oat milk, almond milk, oat milk, almond, soy. But oat milk is very popular here. So same little place, delicious vegan bars there. Just a very German-looking meal without any animal. Really great soup that they had. Oh my God, this was good. I forgot where I got this, but it's a coconut-based soup with mushrooms and some greens in there, ginger, garlic. Oh, that was incredible soup. Yet another German company product. Vegana is the company, and Biostreitscreme, organic something cream. And this was green curry. I forget what that exactly means. But yeah, just a nice curry spread. Again, making a sandwich, spread it on some crackers or something, or put it on some rice. A lot of those little kind of products here. This is just more vegan cold cuts and things like this. Another brand of vegan cream cheese. This one has almond. Yeah, it's an almond base. Auf Mandel basis, it says on the bottom right. Mandel is almond. So it's almond based. Pflanzliche Genuss, which means plant based something. Krautes Dreisgenus. And that's it's got the kraut, cabbage, I believe, is that, or maybe the celery. I forget what kraus means. Kraut, it means a few different things. Wow, this is another great meal. A delicious and hearty soup, and I squeezed some fresh lemon in there. Another just bunch of fresh vegetables with some guacamole, some hummus, some carrots, and vegetables, corn. And I tried some of the vegan cold cuts that they got. I always try to honor that because they get them for the few of us that are vegan. This was a nice curry vegetables. I think I was having this the day after, so it's a little like in the container sort of a vibe, but delicious. Even more famous. And one of my colleagues grabbed this for me. They went to a store that was all mustard, and I got this extra sharp, which is extra sharp, extra spicy. Hey, you got to have some snacks, and these are some delicious tortilla chips they had on the bus. Just spicy, clean ingredients, vegan, no genetic soy, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And the original vegan food, fresh fruit. How about that? And a little orange there. I eat a lot of fruit. I tend to eat a lot of fruit in the morning. Yet another place with yet another vegan patty. This was Italy, actually. This was, I think, Padova, Italy, with a nice mix of vegetables done in olive oil. The interesting thing in Italy is they cook olive oil. You don't have butter in a lot of stuff. Like if you do, it's for a specific flavor. But they just use olive oil in everything. So it's really fantastic. And that was a vegan patty sort of thing. Another salad with black beans, cherry tomatoes, lettuce. Very good ginger ale from this company. I thought that was cool that they had that. Blah, 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 espresso. More soup, takeaway. Takeaway salad. A lot of times I eat my meal the next day. If I'm in a hurry, I skip dinner or something. Delicious grilled vegetables. And beautiful theater you saw this before when I was warming up. I think it's Ravenna or Padova. The amazing Italian double espresso. This was in Foggia in South Italy, and they brought this to the catering backstage. Organic, vegan, Nutella, essentially. It's a uh, hazelnut spread with good dark chocolate and sugar and just delicious. They just left out the dried milk powder, but high quality kind of jams and jellies there. Again, just to show that vegan products in every language in every country. This is a Italian company, biscotti senza latte e ovo aggiunti. La ballerina la ballerina si chiama Belarussa. Oh, the sound of Italian is great. Ricco di fibre, zuppa di piselle, senza carne, senza latte, senza formaggio. So there you have it, some Italian products. Senza glutine, specificamente formulato per persone intolleranti al glutine, senza olio di palma, senza zuccheri aggiunti. Oh, it's got to have some fresh fruit. These strawberries were ridiculous. We all kept telling each other, hey, did you try the strawberries? No joke, best strawberries I've ever had. All of us said that. They were so fresh. I think we packed up some stuff to take to the bus here. Oh, that's what one of my colleagues got that. He went to the farm market. Just good natural food. This is what's backstage, folks. Olives and mixed nuts. Look at that delicious lentil and rice salad. This is in Italy again. Simple, amazing food. This is a breakfast in Italy, a nice espresso doppio and some mixed nuts with a vegan yogurt. One of my colleagues, Ben Travers, and our drummer, the great Joe Dyson, on the left side, somewhere. I think it was Rome. Yeah, it looks like Rome. Wow, this was an amazing meal in Rome. Oh my God, that soup. Wow, zuppa di sisi. Chickpea soup, senza carne, senza formaggio, senza latte, senza uova. A delicious chickpea soup without cheese, without egg, without meat. You know, Italy just has a rich kind of a grandmother's soup cuisine. So you have these rich soups that are just garlicky and hot and very interesting and simple. So I based my meal around this. Is just some some mixed veggies on the right. I thought this was interesting because one thing over here is a lot of the things we know, like Pringles and M&Ms and Red Bull and Coca-Cola, none of which are products that I'm telling you are health food or natural food, but they're things that people eat. Out of all of those, I might have a couple of Red Bulls all year if I'm driving 7 hours and I need to stay awake. I don't drink Coke, but I'll have a rum and Coke every few years or something. But I put this here to show what's missing. High fructose corn syrup, right? It's kind of amazing. Phosphoric acid, there's natural flavors, including caffeine, water, sugar, carbonica anhydride. I forget what that is, but it's just like, just a salt of some sort. Then there's a colorant, which is probably the what's the burnt sugar called again? Oh God, not molasses, but anyway, the color comes from sugar. But they don't have the high fructose corn syrup. So similar thing with Pringles. They do not use the shitty, cheap cottonseed oil. They use sunflower oil. Very interesting. These companies have two sets of rules. They have the American ingredients and then the good ingredients. It's a real shame that they do us like that. This is a shot I took of me in the office. I tune this instrument every day, a couple times a day, and I get it ready for Pat. He starts the show with it. 42 strings, even though actually one of those 12 string necks were short a string. You can just see. So right now it's a 41 string, but just because of tuning reasons, he has the 12 string split up into two. But anyway, it's three 12 string necks and a 6 string neck. So it's 42 strings, and wow, incredible instrument. This was last week's promo, or 2 weeks ago. Again, this wonderful Roman soup, just these thick beans and a nice spicy, oily kind of a broth. I added some spinach. Just showing vegan ingredients in a pate of some sort. Just how clear they are. So, there's a couple more things. Yeah, a lot of these things backstage, I just want to let people know how many options, how many products there are. And this is always good, little packets of olive oil and balsamic vinegar. So you always have that with you to make a little salad. This was the Roman food the next day, little spinach with olives, little soup. Oh, look at that, folks. Oh my God, that's all I need. Some nice braised wilted spinach, green olives. Looks like I'm pretty relaxed. Always good. In the morning, slip out and get an espresso doppio. Got my radio in case anyone needs to reach me. I'm right across the street from the venue, just watching the commuters. Fresh fruit every day, coffee machine. Another great meal with a rice, lentil, bean stew sort of thing. Doing a promo video here for an auction. What's incredible, as you're seeing, is each one of the salads looks different. Pretty amazing. That was a little cereal. First day I had cereal. This was in. I want to say Luxembourg, but I may be wrong. Oh, this was the place with vegan eggs and vegan sausage in the morning, with also vegetables and hummus and stuff. So really nice, high protein breakfast. Soup and salad yet again. It's an embarrassment of riches. If you notice, each one of these salads is different. This was in Paris, France. They did a vegan pesto with, I think, walnuts and pine nuts. Oh, Paris food was unbelievable. This is the meal in Paris. Rice, a little tofu salad on the a tofu stir fry in the bottom left there. Fresh cherry tomatoes. A little salad of scallions and I think there was parsley and leeks in there. Very creative. The French are pretty amazing. Okay, we've hit them all. All right, let me see if there's a couple more questions, and I'm out of here. Excuse me, burping. Sabina is reminding me to buy strawberries in Germany. Yes. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you all for checking this out as I wrap up here. See on Facebook. I'm sorry. I'm going to close down my view of YouTube at least. And let's wrap up with a couple comments. I'm making you hungry. Yeah. I know. Good food. low in senf. Yeah, that low in senf. That's the mustard, right, Sabina? Good stuff. Sabina says Nutella is not vegan. Yeah, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's very easy to make vegan though, because you just leave out the non-fat milk powder. So there's a few companies that have it, but the one you just saw, I'm sure you saw that as you were typing. That one I showed, it's some other brand. It's not Nutella, Italian brand, but it was vegan. But there's lots of chocolate spreads. Exactly. If you see Carl's Erdbeeren, get them. Okay, I never get to go out and look at stores, but but thank you. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. I Let's see if I'll see you next Monday, folks. Today is what, the 20. Today's the 23rd. So what's the 30th? We're working next Monday, so I will not be here next Monday. I will not be here June 6th either, because we're working again. June 13th, as we're wrapping up or going towards the end, I think we're in either London or Sedan, uh, France. So we'll do another one of these. And, I may do a meatless, like a meatless Wednesday or something from Bydgoszcz, Poland. I think I want to do one from Poland. Thanks for being here. I didn't even get into any veg news and all this stuff. There's so many things keep popping up, but I'm a bit tired, and good to see you all. Dean Matson, thank you, man. I'm glad you got to see some of those shots. I am going to get some rest now. I'm going to crash. The load-in is in about 11 hours, just to speak the language of Dean Matson and Patrice de Vincentis and Bob Gluck, and any of you who tour. You kind of have to say, okay, I'm on the deck in 11 hours. So how much of that is rest? The venue is 700 meters outside. It's great. The bus is parked right here. We're going to be able to walk to the venue. That's always good. So I'm going to get some rest. I got a couple of things to do, some paperwork and stuff. But going to crash. Thank you, Dean. And I know you're getting ready to tour. So good luck. Ann Everett says the tomato pie is in the plans. Oh, nice, this afternoon. Hey, share some pictures. Put some pictures right here. Thanks, Patrice. I will get some rest. You can probably see I'm a little tired. Thanks to you all. And welcome, or thank you for being here and checking this out live from Stuttgart, Germany. Never thought I would do that, but live from Stuttgart, it's Monday night. See you soon.